playing football. With the ball, you have to dribble it.
Being involved in extracurricular activities is huge for some of our children. When we started CAS right at the beginning, our biggest vision was not to change the way they are in school now, but to change their lives forever.
Creating Active Schools is about working with schools within the Bradford locality to bring them together to create cultural change for physical activity within the school.
There were 8 schools who were identified as having indicators of obesity in Bradford. That started us thinking about how we should approach teaching.
One of the first things we did was make active enrichment part of our whole school curriculum.
Active enrichment's all about giving children a chance to explore different opportunities and experiences. We have jump dance, that team are coming in to work with the children as well. And then we've got forest school practitioners also doing intervention groups.
Some of the work that we did with CAS introduced us to the skipping school, which was a huge thing for us. The vast majority of our children can now skip as a result of that.
So we've done lots of focus groups with the children. So some of the things that we now do in active enrichment are because of the children, and they've said, oh, we really enjoyed this activity, but we didn't like this one as much. So we can change the timetable for active enrichment all the time.
How they feel about school is drastically improved.
Quite often we see that schools are really good at putting on lots of different opportunities to be physically active, but quite often what's missing is that higher level change that's needed to sustain that physical activity over time.
Stakeholders and getting everyone on board was obviously, as it always is, quite a tricky one. We started with the teachers and we shared a lot of the research that we were given at the CAS conferences about children's brain development and the links to movement.
You get to change your practice based on research and evidence.
Our main thing really was policy, making sure that whatever we were putting into practice really became embedded with our school policy.
Once the school's on board, they identify what we call an in-school CAS lead.
When I was selected to be the CAS lead for my school, it was important for me to have a good understanding of what CAS was really, and we had workshops, we did some orienteering, we had family fun days, and that kind of really launched CAS at our school. The most important part for me has been the consistent opportunities to network and collaborate with other schools.
We offer our schools a conference 3 times a year when they can come together and meet like-minded people. They can listen to case studies from other schools where schools have implemented CAS and gone through all the trials and tribulations and challenges of putting it into place, to talk about the successes so that our children get absolutely the most benefit they can from being active.
It really helps to go look at different settings and how they've adapted and what their approaches are to physical activity.
Before we started with this programme, I very rarely got to see what was going on in other schools and got to see other practice. Now I have the opportunity to go and see other schools, see what they're doing. I've had the chance to support schools with their CAS journeys.
I suppose it's become a movement in effect, so you want other schools, other children to benefit in Bradford and wider, so they can take their health and well-being seriously.
And that will hopefully carry forward forever.